Hello, everybody. Welcome to episode, I believe it's 8 of the Minecraft Let's Play. Oh my god, okay. So, we're here in the world. This whole thing ended up being a dud. The villager just doesn't take to the house very well. He keeps turning into a fisherman for some reason and walks over there. I think you could see him. I think he denied he denied this and then made the barrels all the way over there his job. But this episode, I'm almost not even going to be in this world the whole time. I'm going to be spending time outside of this part of the world, and I'm going to be doing a project that I've been working on for a couple days, honing it and making it work. So yeah, I'm not going to worry about this guy right now. What I am going to worry about is over here. Here we are, my creation. What I wanted to have originally underneath the base where like Ghirardelli and the beacon is I wanted to have like a song that I could just click and play, and I was gonna do Never Gonna Give You Up, but I looked at all the covers of it and they either sounded nothing like the song, sounded like the song but were bad, or were ridiculously large and I wouldn't be able to assemble them under the base. So I opted for a randomizer, but all of the music randomizers I've seen have been pretty limited. So I wanted to come up with one that I could play all different kinds of scales that I wanted to, and I could swap instruments. And as you can see by this interface that I made, I built one, and I'm gonna break down how it works right now. So for starters, everything is hooked up to this clock here, and if I have it on, as you can see, it just keeps running, and there's this randomizer system that actually makes the music work and is random. There are 8 different kinds of stackable blocks and a non-stackable item in there, and every single time, since this is one of those fast working clocks that just keep on ticking, ticking, ticking every like tick or so, and every single one of those times, this dropper sends something up into this hopper. And every single time it sends the sword, this comparator will detect that there is the sword in this. For normal blocks that are stackable, I think it only gets 2 ticks of power, but if it gets a sword or a non-stackable item in it, it gets 3, and then it powers the repeater, which powers the actual, like, mechanism. Each block is a different instrument, and I like the way this one sounds, I like the way this one sounds, and this one is nice. I don't for sure know what they all are, but I know this one is like a bass drum type thing, this sounds like a guitar, and the other one is like an even deeper bass note. I really like it. But there's gotta be like 20 different kinds of instruments you could do by placing different blocks under. So this leaves room for me to do 6 different instruments with this type of feed tape, and I'll break down how that works later. But with this randomizer system, I have this currently tuned to the, let me check, this side is tuned to the F blue scale. And then if I want to swap it out, I can have it point down to the E blue scale, and then the other pistons toggle and they push it under the, or over the blocks. Real quick and easy type system, but I like the way that the F blues goes with the G blues, especially with the instruments they have, but it doesn't really sound good when you play 2 different scales at the same time with the same instrument. From my experimenting with it, I've been experimenting with it all day, I just got it finished. So there's this change instrument thing which actually runs these feed tapes here. I'll show how you use them. There's this hopper clock right here that every 10 ticks, or I think that's like a second, it will move this hopper, or move this piston. Wow, I can't really talk that good. These breakdowns are actually pretty hard to do, especially because there's so much to talk about, obviously. But every second it will push the piston and retract it, and it will have this system go, this observer will detect that blocks have moved, and then it'll push that piston, and then it'll loop around in pretty much exactly a second. And this timer is here to last exactly 7 seconds, because that's how many different notes there are in the scales. And to actually set the scales, hopefully I can get a picture of it, but I have a breakdown of all 7 scales that I broke down from actually like their actual note value to how many times I would have to click a note block in order to get that note for all 7 ones. It isn't too bad. If I can get a picture up on the video, I probably will. But I just want to show you the button mechanism for changing the instrument. It's not the fastest, but it is precise. I was experimenting with doing it with 4, and from what I can... Oh, no. What? No, you're kidding. I'm going to change it again. And it's honestly not too bad. The main difficulty was just getting it all in this compact space with all the other mechanisms. But as you can see, it swapped out for that other type of block. I think that is guitar. So that is guitar on E. No, guitar on F. I'm pretty sure. Guitar on F. And then whatever, like, bass note thing this is on G. But for I haven't played it yet. I'm going to play it right now. And so you can see how it sounds. So as you can see, it doesn't sound super good all the time, but there are some instances where you actually can get some surprisingly decent sounding music out of it. Obviously, it's not going to play like precise, super good stuff all the time. So it's a randomizer, it's random. But there are like quick little locking things. You could turn off one side. So like if you want to still listen to music, but you want to change the instrument for the other side or change the scale. Alright, so now you could turn it back on. It's pretty compact considering all the stuff it does. And there's this like open bit right here. It looks pretty intimidating. But honestly, I gotta measure out the dimensions of it because I actually did mine out a spot in the actual survival world. Alright, as you can see, I'm in the middle of nowhere in this cave. I started building the project. I have everything completely dug out, ready to build under the base. But I realized I got all the materials that I need to build it set up, and I realized that I have absolutely no redstone. I literally have like 17 dust back at the base, so I went mining. I got an adult cyan axolotl and a baby brown axolotl. I don't know what these do. I only heard like how to get them and that they're rare. And I saw 2 of them, so I picked them up. But now we gotta get home. Ah! Okay. That wasn't the best flight. But I'm actually not even that far away. Wow, this is kind of laggy. Wow, that whole section just isn't loaded. But yeah, we're already back. It's like seriously not far away. But it's over here. This is the area that I dug out. It's sizable. It is definitely enough to house it. The whole mechanism will only fit in like half of this, but this room is symmetrical other than this, because the pathway takes up. I'm gonna have to figure out a way around that. But I want this room to be perfectly symmetrical, and I want the design for this room to be fantastic. I want this to be a room that I actually spend time in, because the project I'm about to build is very time consuming, and it's kind of a cool project. This is all the redstone I had, so I can just hit this real quick. Okay guys, we are back after a day or two. This video is going to take really long to make because of the whole process of me inventing stuff. I've been busy too. I have adulting that I've been doing. But anyway, I've had to remake this whole area. It's connected to this now, which it wasn't before. That's pretty good. I had to remodel all this. Eventually, I think I'll put the trees back in. But for now, we just have this pathway. And this, I had to slightly change. Eventually, there will be a hidden compartment back here. And this will be faster, hopefully. But there is a way to get behind there now. So that's all good. And then when you want to retract it, the retraction process is a lot quicker. But as you can see, it gets back down. It is not subtle at all. You can clearly see that there's something there. Oh, this I should address too. In my YouTube short tutorial thing for Ghirardelli, I had this in there. And this is just a quick and easy shulker box unloader. Because there is a shulker box just in one of these chests from something. Actually, what do I have loaded in there? Yeah. Oh yeah, because I needed pistons. Yeah, I tried to unload the shulker box by just putting it on this, and it worked fine. The shulker unloaded into the system, it was good, and then I destroyed it. I destroyed the shulker box, and then it went in the hopper, and then it went in the system. So what this does is this block powers this piston, and it breaks the shulker box, and it moves it onto this block. And it doesn't go into any of the chests, and it doesn't go into this hopper because there's the non-stackables there. So you just walk into the block, and you pick it up, and then you leave again. It's real easy. But this block, powered, also turns off this hopper, so nothing can go like here, this. Since this is a powered hopper, even if the shulker box gets in this hopper, it's not going to filter into the system. So that's a simple, easy solution with just one lever, and then you can just turn it off. This hopper turns back on. Let's see here. You just do that. As you can see, starts taking again, and the hopper, and the piston goes back. But let me show you what I've been working on. I have the interface mapped out already. I think I want to do this style for the whole room, because we have like this. I like the way blue stained glass goes with spruce logs, and I like the way spruce logs go with stone bricks, so I think I'm going to do that type of theme for the whole room. I have all the materials I'm going to need in here, so I'm probably either going to time-lapse me building it, or just build it. I want it to be in this little area. Yeah, clearly a lot of time has gone into this room. I have to have these diagonal things here because there's actually wiring behind this for the creeper face door. So I actually have to build this. And then I had, just for the sake of symmetry, have something over there. But the whole mechanism should fit in this, and I want to push this wall back just a little bit eventually, because I need a place to store the dragon egg. And since the dragon egg is an odd number of blocks wide, and so is this room, I'm going to have both sides, both of these pathways converge behind the music thing, and that's where the build for the dragon egg is going to be. So there's that. We have all the materials made up. So now I just have to... oh. Well, I'm done. This is a couple hours later, obviously. I'm having a lot of fun with those transitions. They're they're pretty fun to think about. But this is everything. I want I wanted the place to be nice to look at, so I used quartz blocks everywhere, and I think it came out pretty good. Overall, I'm still experimenting with the instruments. Right now, I just have the little like bass note. I have all of these set to be bass things since these are the lower scales, and then these are the higher ones. So I have like I think this is like xylophone or something on bone blocks, and then like this is guitar, and this is something. I don't know. I think this might be just like the standard note since it's not a normal block because it's tough. I've been letting it run for a little while, and there's actually like some decent like song crafting going on. And this is gonna be super cool to just have on. I want to see like the limit of its range. I'm just gonna go back up eventually. I'm gonna have to clear all this out. But what I wanted to have is something I could have on just in the bass. Yep. Alright, this is actually really cool. Well, that's about all the time I have for this episode. I don't want to make it too long. I'll just do the rest of this room in between episodes. I got a couple more projects I'm going to work on before episode 10. I want to do like a world tour type thing. But next episode, I want to build the Ender Ender. And that project is going to take almost as much time as this. Sorry if this video took like over a week to put out. I've been doing a lot of stuff that isn't Minecraft. But yeah, anyway, thank you guys so much for watching. That's about it. See you.